I'm Andy and welcome to my channel. My name is Andy. I'm going to only do things that bring me joy and that are fun for me, and hopefully we'll learn some stuff along the way. Thanks for being here. And welcome to my channel, Andy in Arcadia. I am going to get started right away here and start showing you some decks because I have a lot of decks to get through, both tarot and oracle decks. And I, as you saw from the title of the video, it is the current vibe, which I am kind of putting together as fairy tale storytelling decks that feels like the current vibe. But what you're going to see here is just decks that I'm going to be using in the moment, and that kind of feels like the general theme. But there are ones that are going to kind of sit outside of that. This is the Tarot of the She, which I generally pull out at this time of year, but to me it does have that fairy tale story element to it. So if you like to see a lot of decks in a short space of time, you've come to the right place because I'm going to be showing a lot. And I have Oracle too, and I am just going to randomly pull in the Oracle decks that I want to use. The last time I did the current vibe, I was choosing decks around the end of September or the end of August, early September. So these decks here that we're seeing will probably stick around well into the winter. So there are a lot of decks, but it's not, kind of for the month that I'm looking at it. It's, kind of the entire season and going almost into the next season. The deck I'm pairing with this one is the Mojo deck. This is the Oracle deck that I got, one of the decks that I got while I was at Newts this year. I think this looks like a great pairing. So this, the first deck on the list, as far as the current vibe, is the Tarot of the She, paired here with the Mojo deck. Next deck on the list that feels like it fits into the current vibe is the Yokai Yochi deck. And this is Japanese fairy tale. And the color palette too, with those browns, really feels like, it sits in this time of year. And the deck, the Oracle deck that I'm going to pair with it, that's also in the current vibe, is Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle. I've been seeing this a lot around TarotTube, but I've had this in my collection, I think, since it came out. And yeah, it's just a great one. It's, it pairs so well with a lot of different decks, and this pairing is no exception. So, these are the next two on the list. We have Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle and the Yokai Yochi. Let's just look at a few more of these cards because this is really a beautiful pairing. And this guidebook is so good. I bet the readings with these two are going to be amazing. Next deck on the list is the Antidotes Tarot. And this one, this large version, I've had in my collection just after it was on Kickstarter, I believe. And I really enjoy, I think it has this storytelling element to it, all based on or around the music of Joanna Newsom. And it is hard to read though. It is a hard reader for sure for me. So it's kind of bounced around in my collection. Never really been near the chopping block. But difficult. This is the large version. And then, when the images came up for, for download or available, Krista had made this version for herself and printed me a copy with the titles on the cards, which is so helpful. So much easier to read with the titles. So the version I'm going to probably be using is this one. And then if there's any, is the smaller one. And then if there's any cards that come up that I kind of want to display or feel like they're particularly relevant, I have it available to put on my altar or display. And let's see, let's pair a little one. These are the Total Intuition cards by Lauren Rose Dooley. I feel like I got this deck with another deck. I don't remember the details of this deck's acquisition. But this might be a really cool pairing. The cardstock on these is really nice. Yeah, I'm excited about this. This is a very, this image particularly reminds me of the Reclaim Oracle. And this reminds me of the Ritual Tarot. But we're not playing that game. Yeah, this may take a while with the Two of Swords. That's a cool message. Yeah, these would be a really cool pairing together. So this is the Antidotes Tarot and the Total Intuition cards. Very cool. And I have these two decks definitely need some more playtime. And so I'm really looking forward to using them this next few months. Let's just look at a few more. I'm really enjoying this pairing. Oh, I love it. Yeah. So good. Next deck on the list that feels like the current vibe is the Animal and Food Tarot. And I got this deck last year around this time. Just beautiful deck. And it feels like it falls into that fairy tale world because it's, it's kind of like once upon a time, once upon a time I met, and it's like the talking animals and the, definitely bringing you into its world. And it's just a beautiful deck. It's a nice size. It's kind of thin and long, but not too long. It reads really well. I'll often, just for fun, just if there's a question or something going on, just pull one card from this deck. Not that you couldn't do an entire spread, but it just, I don't know, it's just a bit of fun, especially if I'm feeling stressed or someone's feeling a little stressed, and just kind of like a little bit of support from the food animal world. So yeah, so this is the Animal and Food Tarot. And then I think I'm going to show this one as pairing with another one that I've pulled out for the season. And that is the Posis Tarot, or the Posis Oracle. These might be an interesting pairing, because this one is so, let's cut the stack in half a little bit. Because this one is a little heavier for sure. But the color palette definitely works. Child with the Tower. I mean, I think the readings are going to be good. Disillusion with the High Priestess. That's cool. Three of Cups with Surrender. Interesting. It's a really interesting pairing. Yeah, I feel like you wouldn't be disappointed with the reading that came through with these cards. Maybe not aesthetically the most obvious choice. Empress with Tears. The Sun Observe. Yeah, they're speaking really well together, Eight of Wands and Explore. Yeah, I really like how these two are working together. Yeah, Emperor and Sovereignty. King of Swords with Magic. Ace of Swords with Freedom. Six of Wands with Shadow. Interesting. Yeah, so cool. Okay, so those are those two. That's the Animal and Food Tarot with the Posis Oracle. Next deck on the list is the Land of Stories Tarot. I got this one a couple months ago, and this doesn't reference specifically any fairy tales or stories, but there's certainly a nod to them. I kind of love that when it's kind of general and it's kind of making you think like the scenes, what's going on, it feels familiar. And it's kind of, you know, some of them you can identify quite easily and some of them not. And the guidebook, doesn't give you an awful lot, but it does tell you the story in the majors, but not the minors. So this one's obviously, Beauty and the Beast. The first one we saw was, you know, Alice in Wonderland. But it reads really well. And I love the kind of the artwork, and the color palette that's going on here. And let's pair it with, how about the Lenormand? I have one Lenormand out for this, season, and it is the Leclerc Lenormand cards. And it's a beautiful Lenormand deck, with keywords on the bottom. So this would be an interesting pairing, but this one is in the mix for this season as well. Queen of Wands with Scythe. Yeah, just a really interesting energy both of these have, and I'm excited to use them. Probably maybe not together. There's a more obvious choice if I were to pair Tarot and Lenormand, and let's pull that one out next. One is the Heartscape Tarot. Just a beautiful tarot deck. The cards do go horizontally, many of them. A couple of them are vertical, I think. But this would be a beautiful pairing with this Lenormand, if I were to pair Lenormand and Tarot together. I would probably pull these two out. But this deck is just gorgeous. Let's move this Lenormand out of the way, and I'll show you the Tarot a little bit closer if you haven't seen it. So the gilding on this deck is like so nice. It's like this sparkly gold. And the images are just beautiful. To me, it kind of has that, that Japanese anime nod. Studio Ghibli. But just amazing. I wish a few of the quartz are animals, and I wish they were all people like this. Is really my only gripe with the deck. But so beautiful, such a beautiful deck. And just the readings are, really nice. And it's nice to, I only have a few decks that run horizontally, and it's nice to have that, in a reading occasionally, in the spread. It looks cool. But yeah, this is a real favorite, for sure. And just puts me in just a really cozy, calm mood, I would say, using this deck. But so that one is the Heartscape Tarot. Next deck on the list is the Feline Rider Tarot. Here are the backs. Again, it's just a beautiful, we have this matte kind of bronze gilding. It's coming up quite a bit lighter on your screen than it is for me. And then this gold stamping around each of the cards. And the artwork is just incredible. It's all cats. It's all cats. Pretty much an RWS clone. But just amazing, and storytelling in that it tells the story of a young cat leaving his parents and journeying out into the, his own independent world and kind of finding his way through. We'll see if we come up with the Fool card and we can see that that happening. But yeah, just amazing, beautiful artwork. Yeah, the production quality is amazing too. When I got this deck, I got a print that, it was a set of, I think, 6 prints that all kind of came together to match the scene together, because you do feel like, when we're in the cups, we can kind of piece together to create, one image here if we're in the same suit. So here's our Fool kind of journeying off on his own. I think that let me just see. I know that it's on somewhere. Okay, here on the inside of the box, we can see his parents, and then he's kind of going off on his own to, for his journey through, but just amazing. I just love the story around this deck, and yeah, it's just again, it brings in that kind of really cozy, calm feeling that I want quite often this time of year. And definitely bringing those kind of late fall, winter vibes with it. So that is the Feline Rider Tarot. Next deck on the list is the Tricksters Journey Tarot. And in this deck, we're brought into a Chinese fairy tale based around the 16th century novel Journey to the West, in which we meet the Monkey King and go along with them on their adventures. This is just beautiful. And sometimes this stark white and this color palette might lend itself to summer for me. But other times it really feels like it fits into that winter space. And this one does. So as we're kind of moving into that winter, storytelling energy, yeah, this deck feels right. And, a lot of the other decks that I've shown have had those brown and orange colors. And so when I'm in the mood for something with a bit more white space, and a bit of a story to tell, I will have this one, ready to go. But the artwork again is just absolutely beautiful. Let's pull out, I think what an interesting pairing might be is a little oracle deck that I pulled out. This was a Kickstarter last year or the year before. I don't remember. It is the Objective Oracle. This might be, this might be an interesting pairing together, because this kind of, is deep and as you go into the story, and this is quite mundane. So these two might work quite nicely together. Here's our Monkey King there. but yeah, interesting. Let's read what's going on here. So we've got the Hanged One with bowling ball. Time to get the ball rolling. Interesting. So it's kind of almost the oracle saying, come on, come out of it. You've been hanging around too long. Or 10 of Swords with a seashell, protection and security, guarded feelings. Interesting. The Page of Cups with anchor, searching for solid ground. 9 of Wands with pillows, time for self-love. That's brilliant. That's very cool. So this is the Tricksters Journey Tarot and the Objective Oracle. This deck fitting in the current vibe is the Fairy Tarot. Definitely fitting into that fairy tale energy. And it feels quite wintry to me as well. This is an interesting deck for sure. And it feels like that winter fall fae energy. And I find it more difficult to connect with fae during the darker months. You know, they feels like they kind of go into hibernation again. So I'm really kind of trying to get the energy of more the house fairy, the inside fairies, you know, rather than the garden fairies. And this seems to feel like it has that kind of active winter fairy energy going on, as well as a fairy tale, you know, telling its stories. So I think an interesting pairing with this one might be the Cards of Chaos Oracle. Yeah, the colors go really well together. Let's see what we have. The 6 of Cups and the Sun. 8 of Swords and Inner Fire. Interesting. Law, Order with the Chariot. Judgment with the Empress. The Devil, Awakening, Expansion. Yeah, these two are really good paired together, I think. 5 of Cups with the Garden. 8 of Cups with, what are you, just a cat? Number 30. 2 of Swords with the Queen of Sadness. Strength with Dream Sleep. We have this strength, unusual strength, where the fairy is sleeping on the tiger. The Hermit and the Virgin. Interesting. Ace of Swords and the Page of Flowers. The 7 of Wands with Darkness. Yeah, I'm loving the energy that these two are bringing together. For sure. The Magician with the Black Tulip. 7 of Pentacles with the Key. Yes, loving these together. So this is the Oracle is the Cards of Chaos, and the Tarot is the Fairy Tarot. Next deck on the list is Tarot of the Moon Garden, and this deck is coming out borderless very soon. And this deck fits into that fairy tale world in that liminal space. It feels like the characters in the deck are traveling from one place to the other. Very much that moon garden energy. You know, it does what it says on the tin. It feels like we're in that moonlight, in this moon garden. And for me, that moon garden is that like space from one place to the other. And it'll be really interesting when the borderless version comes out to see if it still feels to me like it has that liminal energy, that in between, because without these, you know, the very obvious like kind of doorway that we're looking through with this version of the deck. And we have that kind of the fairies in here as well. And let's find an oracle to pair with this. I think an interesting one that I've been thinking about recently are these, and this is a trimmed copy of this deck. I trimmed it quite aggressively, but these are the Guardians of Wisdom cards. And they're, I suppose, archetypal is their, they would be described as, but yeah, it has the, like, the, I suppose, shadow and light meaning on each card. Sometimes they're the same, but the message is different, and sometimes it's a different word. So let's just look at it here. So we have the Knight of Cups, and here we have it in its upright. So this one is warrior. After many battles, you have the strength to move towards your goal, which is cool for the Knight of Cups. So if we got it in its reverse position, it would be a self-imposed emotional armor results in the inability to access your feelings. So interesting with the Knight of Cups. I think these would make a really good pair together. So we have the reversed for this one. So we have the Devil with indifference. You are not interested in what is happening around you. And if we had it in its upright, it would be passion, feeling yourself being consumed by feelings of desire. That's really cool pairing here, I think. I hesitate to use these sometimes, the Guardians of Wisdom, because they're quite direct. And yeah, you have to be just in the right mood. There's a few cards in here. I won't use this really for any other people unless I know them really well and am not afraid to hurt their feelings, or know how they take things, because some of the cards are really just too much. So we have the Chariot, and upright is plenty. Everything you need physically, emotionally, and mentally is available to you. Cool. And the reverse is you are not receiving what you need in order to be fulfilled on many levels. Awesome. Yeah, I think these are going to work great. We have the Knight of Pentacles with freedom, breaking free from the cycles of addiction and codependency. Wow. Okay. And then the reversed, that's the freedom. And then reversed is obsession. You are giving into unhealthy behavior, which may become addictive. Okay. And then we have the King of Cups with redemption upright, giving yourself giving of yourself unconditionally and receiving back more than you expected. That's cool. I stamped on, yeah, now I remember. Okay. This is actually a tarot. Now I'm remembering. So this last one we had, if we look for my stamp, which is kind of hidden, let's see. So here, that one is the Three of Cups. So they do have tarot associations on the card, which I've stamped on here. Now I'm remembering. So this one is the Hanged Man. And let's see if we can find any more that I've stamped on. Okay, so this one is the Seven of Pentacles, which we have with the Two of Staffs. So upright, it is you will succeed where others before have failed. And then the making a repeated effort to attain your goal without the desired result. Really interesting with the Two of Staffs, right? So this would be a cool oracle to pull out again and see how it works. And I think this is like a great pairing together. Here we have the Two of Cups with what would it be, the Eight of Pentacles, if you want that tarot association. And we have organization. You are choosing the right path or action in a chaotic situation. Cool. And then confusion is the reverse. Going in too many directions, resulting in not accomplishing what you set out to do. Okay. So this is the Tarot of the Moon Garden and the Guardians of Wisdom Universal Power cards. And by Todd Hershey. Next one on the list is one of, I think, only the two or three maybe Marse decks that I have pulled out for this season. This is the Latero de Marse par polka. And interesting, right? The fairy tale of severed heads, and intestines. So I just love the color palette of this deck though. And it feels like, a little bit like that Christmassy nod. It definitely feels like dark half of the year, with the deep jewel tones. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to using this deck. And seeing how it reads. There's obviously a dark element to it. So let's lighten it up a little bit, and pair it with, I think there's just two Lenormands in the pile, but as we're moving into winter with this selection of decks, if we wanted to pair it with a Lenormand, I pulled out the Yuletide Lenormand, which I thought would be interesting. And let's move it down just a little bit more so you can see the Lenormand. This is the first of two Feline Laura decks that I've pulled out for this time of year. And possibly three, question mark. But I think these, the energy of this Yuletide being quite wholesome in a way, mixed with this kind of, not wholesome energy. These might work really nice as kind of like a shadow and light, pairing together, but the color palette is just beautiful. And I can imagine as we get into, December, this really bringing in that kind of cozy, it does feel a bit cozy, the cozy Christmas energy. But definitely an interesting pairing here. If nothing else, this Yuletide Lenormand, is so good. And one of my kind of goals for this season 2 is to bring in a little bit more, Lenormand into my readings, read a little bit with Marse. So these two will definitely, be getting some play. So this is the Latero de Marse par polka and the Yuletide Tales Lenormand. Next one on the list, bringing a little bit more of the fall energy rather than the winter energy, is the Tarot of Gnomes. And this is a trimmed copy, and there is actually a new version of this. When I was looking for links and things of the decks that I'm showing, there's a new version of this without the weird, the reason that this is trimmed is because it just, as an untrimmed copy, there's just too much going on in the outside for me. But Krista trimmed this up and then rehomed it to me. And I love this deck so much. But the new version coming out in February looks to be what is here in the trimmed version, but probably tarot size. This trimmed down is bridge size, so it's a little guy. This card for me comes up almost every single time I use this deck. This deck is actually, for me, reads really interestingly in relationship readings. And I love these gnomes so much. So who should we pair with our gnome buddies here? Let's try, and I want to use another small deck. Oh, let's try the Heavy Iridescent Oracle. I feel like this could be a really interesting pairing here. Look at, and I said that it's good for relationship readings. It's saying, yes, please pair me. So the first card we pull from this one, the first card that comes up is toxic relationship. And we have the Sun with love magnet. The King of Pentacles with universal vision. That's cool. Self-exploration with the Hermit. Strength with control of the situation. Oh my gosh. These want to work together so much, right? Misplaced ego with death. Oh, wow. That's cool. Mind map with the Two of Wands. I am loving these together. The Chariot with caring relationship. Eight of Cups with focus. Oh, wow. He looks really focused on what he's doing here. He's got a chicken cooking in the background there. Looks like he's got his keg. The Four of Pentacles with introspection. It's interesting because I feel like toads and frogs come up a lot in the fours, and I feel like I've seen a toad or frog in the Four of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands with meditation. Justice with celestial power. Ooh, cool. The Ace of Swords with abusive authority. Six of Cups with mystical radiance. Oh, this is cool. This is really cool. I have so many decks to show you that I don't have time to go through all of these cards, but I would love to. I'm excited to pair these two together. These seem like they really want to work together, and I am excited to bring them together. So let's end on like the Seven of Cups with the other deck. So cool. Next deck on the list, definitely fitting into that fairy tale storybook world, is the Alice Tarot. And this is generally the time of year when I am in the mood for my Alice deck of choice, which is the Baba Studios one. Now out of print, but the Tarot of Wonderland, which is mass market, I feel like gives just as much as this deck does. So if you don't have this deck already, and you are looking to pull in that Alice in Wonderland energy, the Wonderland Tarot is going to give you everything that this one does, just with a bit of different, imagery. But this is the Alice deck that I like to work with. But if I didn't have this available, the Wonderland Tarot would certainly satisfy that need. And I want to bring it in with a Kickstarter that I just got in yesterday that I want to work with this season, which is called Wednesday's Child Oracle Cards. And I did use this in a reading this morning, and it reads so well. So here we have the Page of Wands with "From small acorns, huge oak trees go." Return this card to the bottom and take the card on top. Okay. Find a penny, pick it up. All day you only have good luck, and draw again. Okay, no problem. Not all toads are princes with the Fool. Don't follow that rabbit. The Hanged Man with "Don't sweep it under the carpet." Two of Wands with "Tell them how you feel." It's cool. This is a cool pairing. The Devil with "Don't be a puppet." And I tend not to use my Alice in Wonderland with an oracle, only because it gives so much just on its own with kind of going into the story. But Nine of Cups, "Open your heart." Oh, with the tea party. Very cool. Love is the key. So I probably won't be using these two together, but it's just interesting to see how they communicate and talk to each other. And this is a little look at the Wednesday Child Oracle cards. So let's put Alice away for now. And I'll pull out another tarot deck to show alongside the Wednesday's Child. Vacant House Tarot. Definitely bringing those story tale vibes here with in the dollhouse, the creepy dollhouse. These I think are going to be fantastic together. Knight of Pentacles, leave it up to fate. Knight of Wands, beware of forked tongues. I'm loving the purples going on. I have the tinned smaller version of the Vacant House as well. And it has just like a different color palette, like it's a lot more white and washed out, but this one's cool. Ace of Wands, never forgive but never forget. Justice, trust your gut. That is a cool message. Five of Pentacles, you should protect yourself. Very cool. These are talking really well together. I think I may use these as a pair because they're working really cool. Four Pentacles, cut it out. Three of Wands, time to heal. Two of Cups. This is the color palette of the mini one that I have in a tin. It's got the light blues. Lock away your secrets with the Two of Cups. Yes. So very cool. And I think these work really nicely together. Judgment, expect a visitor. Five of Wands, consider your position. Yes. Knight of Swords, you have the power. Really cool. Really cool. How they're talking to each other. So this is the Vacant House Tarot and the Wednesday's Child Oracle cards, which I'll just turn a few more because if you didn't back it on Kickstarter, you probably haven't seen it yet because it just came in. So I'll show you a few more of the cards and we'll just flip through. Yeah, and I think that's it. There's just a couple more. It came with the these blank ones too, and then a little card of authenticity. But yeah, and then it also had a little, here it is, like a little guidebook which gives just a little bit of extra information on what you're seeing in the card and the meaning. But I, honestly, you don't need it. It's the deck gives enough as it is. The next deck on the list that feels like the current vibe is the Cursed Auguries. This does feel like to me, that fairy tale with the creepy fairy tale, the darker side of Snow White with the nails and the eyeballs and the apples. I think what kind of brings me there. But just kind of creepy. But to me, I don't know. It doesn't feel like scary creepy. It just feels like just this strange world to kind of unravel and see what it's trying to say, because it doesn't give very much away, because a lot of the minors are pips, and so I feel like it allows a lot of room for the message to come through. I want to pair this with something a little bit lighter, which I think is going to be a fantastic pairing. And that is the Journey Oracle. This oracle, and I have the Home Oracle as well in this pile, but this one particularly focuses around the apple, but a completely different energy. So I feel like these two paired together might pair pretty perfectly. Because it's giving that, and this one's a little bit sticky because I often use it in my magical kitchen work, the Journey on the Home Oracle. So it might be for my cooking a little bit sticky. but that's okay. So we have the Knight of Swords with Be Glad. Aw, and the Eight of Wands with Try. Oh, that's perfect. Three of Cups with Be Bear. Interesting. No with the Magician. Calm with the Hierophant. I'm loving these two together. It's really bringing kind of like the trying to be like spooky vibes out of this one, and the Home Oracle is really bringing it into this like almost like it's like, okay, don't be you know, don't be down. We got you. Nine of Cups with Change. The Nine of Swords with Synchronize. The Four of Pentacles with Leave. Justice with Pause. Oh, I love this card. The Emperor with Smile. Look at our frog smiling away. That's cool. We have Flow with the Ace of Swords. I know some people don't like that card, so I'll turn it quick. Prepare with the Page of Cups. Five of Wands with Return. The Seven of Wands with Harvest. That's cool energy there. Yeah, I think these two make a really great pair, and it kind of takes kind of entering into the energy of this deck in kind of like a shadow way and bringing it, you know, into a more kind of everyday, you know, everyday reading, I suppose. And we have the Tower with Consider. The Lovers with Keep Distance. Interesting. Reform with the Three of Wands. That's cool. Really enjoying these together. Page of Pentacles with Travel. That's cool. Ace of Wands with Accept with this broken wand. Oh, really cool. Four of Swords with Desire. Two of Swords with Deny. Ah. Oh. Like it almost feels like there was like a plan in place here, or you know what I mean? You're ready to make a move and then the door shut, you know? No, it says on the mat there. The Four of Cups with Reconcile. Eight of Pentacles with Allow. Yeah, I'm really loving these two together. But onward and upward, we can't. We have more to see. So that is the Journey Oracle and the Cursed Auguries Tarot. Deck on the list is the Fantasy Garden Tarot. And this deck is fairly new to my collection. It's been around here for a couple months, I'd say, or maybe a month or so. And the artwork is just incredible, all done with ballpoint pen. Let me move it in really close so you can kind of see. The cards are glossy, but the glossiness I feel like really works with this deck. You can see it really clearly in that card as well. Just amazing artwork. And this really brings me into that kind of fairy tale story realm. And I feel like I've been let into the gates to the castle. Perhaps a medieval castle. Like here it almost feels like a Roman castle, but I feel like I'm spending some time with the aristocracy, and yeah, we've been let into the garden and we're listening in. It has the what's that show called? The what's it called? The I can't think of it right now. But the yeah, just the artwork and the color palette feels really appropriate for this time of year, and the energy that I'm feeling kind of coming into that late fall, winter energy for sure. And let's pair this one with an oracle that that I don't really see around tarot tube at all. And I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know why, but these are the Primrose Apothecary Flower Attunement Tarot. It's actually a tarot, as well as, yeah, they have, so there's tarot associations on the cards and plant associations, as well as like a playing card element going on. And they have a really cool guidebook that gives you all the information that you could want. So, let me just turn a card. So we have the Three of Swords, or the Three of Spades in this deck, which is Juniper and emotional growth and building trust. And then the guidebook talks about how Juniper kind of works with that energy. And this is just my kind of oracle, just the plain kind of simple artwork and the kind of the simple messages, but expands, and that gives enough, because I'm not really a plant person. It gives me enough that I don't feel like I have to have any prior knowledge. I love the playing card element to it as well. But yeah, I think these have will make a really good pair together. But I feel like this Primrose Apothecary deck can pretty much pair with anything because of its simplicity. But I picked this up at Nudes in October 2022. Yeah, and just continue to come back to it when I want that plant energy in this kind of simplistic form. So these are two really, really cool decks. I'm happy to have them in my collection, and they feel perfect for this time of year. But yeah, let's just look through a few more. Let's just see how they're reading together too. Ooh, Borage is one that I really love, but Strength with Borage, and then 2 8s together, and we have the 8 of Swords. And Borage, or Starflower, has a beautiful iridescent glow that looks like shooting stars beaming from space. The name Borage comes from the Latin name Borago, that means corago or courage. Oh, that's so cool, with strength. Medicinally, Borage is extremely healing. It is used as a nervine to calm our mind from depression and anxiety. Borage is ruled by Uranus and Jupiter. This connection expands our intuition, giving us courage to face our fears and free our minds from limiting beliefs. Borage helps us to face our fears, trust in the divine and the powers that be. Very cool. Yeah, so it's just kind of almost like a little shout out for this deck, which I haven't seen many people using, but it is just a really cool little tarot oracle playing card, whatever you want to use it for. And this is the Fantasy Garden Tarot, which is just incredible as well. So these are two favorites for sure for that I'm excited to be using in this season. The Fantasy Garden Tarot and the Primrose Apothecary. Next deck on the list is a huge favorite of mine. I don't know why it feels like this time of year, but it does. I call this my Grumpy Cat Tarot. I think it's just called the Cat's Tarot. But triggered cats for sure, and they just make me smile and laugh, and like no matter how bad my mood is, these cats seem to be having a more difficult emotional experience than I am. But yeah, just this deck just makes me happy. As well as my edging on this deck is like the most perfect match to the backs that I could have possibly gotten, and that also brings me joy. So with the Grumpy Cats, oh my gosh, look at him. I'm going to pair with the Roots and Wings, which I don't have the connection with this deck that I feel like most people seem to, but I do enjoy it. And I think these are going to be a great pair because, yeah, the colors are going really well. Let's see what we got going on here. So we have our Knight of Cups with Humility, the Three of Wands with Held. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles with Knight. See, and it's like when I'm reading these, they don't, the keywords on the Oracle aren't immediately like, oh yeah, I got it, you know? So yeah, so I have to work a little harder, and I don't know why I don't quite have that same connection with this, Oracle deck that other people seem to have, that it doesn't like speak to me immediately in quite the same way, but I do enjoy it. I really enjoy the artwork. I think that she just had, the creator of this just had a Kickstarter just finish, I think, for another Oracle, but the artwork is just beautiful. Yeah, Five of Cups with Bound, that seems to work. Queen of Cups with Breathe. Knave of Wands with Magician. Yeah, I can see that, but I definitely want to pull this in more, and these like aesthetically seem to be working, and I have such a strong bond with the cats that perhaps using these together will help me form a stronger bond with the with the Oracle here, the Roots and Wings. So yeah, so that's these two together. I think they look cool together though, for sure. So that is the Cat's Tarot and the Roots and Wings. Let's end one with a card that's actually sitting upright. There we go. Wisdom and Justice. Perfect. Next deck on the list is the Dark Angels Tarot. And this feels seasonally appropriate. And it fits in that kind of storytelling realm of the, figure out what's happening here. Like, what's the story? What's going on? What are the Dark Angels up to? This deck is very atmospheric, and it reads really, really well, particularly using the imagery in the cards. It's kind of like the almost the spooky vibes coming into their, like, the wintry realm. So if I'm in the mood in this season for something a little bit more, spooky, a little bit more of that dark energy, I think this deck is going to fit the bill perfectly. And let's pair it with, I feel like what might work really well is a little bit more simplistic Oracle. So I have the Hollow Valley deck of symbols, and I'm wondering how these two might pair together with kind of the light and dark energy going on here. So we have our Six of Pentacles with Wand, and there's quite a good guidebook that with this one, I'm pretty sure that kind of lets you know what's going on, like if the keyword just isn't enough. So we have the Nine of Pentacles with Mountain. We have the Hermit with Metamorphosis. That's cool. We have our High Priestess with Cow. And the Four of Wands with Snake. So yeah, so this might be an interesting pairing, kind of bringing in that light and dark energy together. So we'll see. I don't think it's a natural pairing, but yeah, but the Hollow Valley is definitely on the list, you know, when I'm feeling again like that more, you know, energy for the white space, I think this one might pair with the Trickster's Journey really well, the Hollow Valley too. But so the next two decks that are feeling the current vibe are the Hollow Valley deck of symbols and the Dark Angels Tarot. Deck that I'd like to work with that feels like the current vibe is the this Tarot of the Secret Forest. And this one definitely has that kind of fairy tale story element to me, kind of trying to figure out what's going on and what journey that what the journey that we're on, you know, where are we? What are we doing? There's a kind of a fairies in this, and you know, feels like talking animals, and you're kind of exploring this this kind of this area that does have this kind of autumnal, fall, wintry landscape to me. And I thought what might be an interesting pairing. Oh, and on the back of these is the kind of black and white or kind of drawn version of what is on the front, which is kind of cool energy to kind of see like what's hiding underneath and how does the image like look different than what is on the front. But I thought what might be a cool pairing with this is an oracle that I would like to use this kind of season, and that is the Coastal Curiosities. And yeah, let's see how these two work together. So we have Grand with the Seven of Swords. Interesting. Five of Wands with Admire. That's kind of interesting energy there. I feel like aesthetically they are kind of working in their own kind of individual way. The Two of Swords with Forage. The Knight of Pentacles with Ordinary. Nine of Swords with Nurture. Oh. The Hanged One with Robust. I kind of love how the colors are working together for sure. We have our Three of Pentacles with Retreat. Yeah, I love how these are working together. Really interesting. For sure. Oh, that's cool. The High Priestess with Support. Ten of Cups with Loyalty. Yeah, these are speaking really nicely together. Strength with Whisper. Ooh, that's interesting. Seven of Cups with Awaken. Very cool. Very cool. I like these two together. What do you think? And that is the Tarot of the Secret Forest and the Coastal Curiosities Oracle. Next one on the list is the Antique Anatomy Tarot. That feels like the current vibe at the moment. I am not, don't go crazy for the Antique Anatomy family. But, and I find the cards don't read that well for me. I haven't quite, again, like the last one, I don't feel like I quite cracked the code. But this definitely feels like energy I want to be working with this time of year for sure. So Antique Anatomy and I are gonna have another little go around. I had fun edging this deck and kind of dirtying up the cards a bit, which was a fun activity. But I don't use it much at all. And I do have the Oracle Oddities and the Memento Mori, which are in the Oracle pile, but I don't think pairing those with this is going to be particularly helpful in me kind of getting my head around this deck. So what I would like to pair it with is an oracle deck that I feel really comfortable using and have really enjoyed, and that is, let's just move you over the way there, and that is the Mantra Oracle. I was using this a lot a couple months ago, and I have had like really good readings with it. The messages come through really clearly. So I'm wondering if, I'm just going to go up just a touch if I can. There we go. So you can see it's not zoomed in too much. I feel like because I have, this deck works so well for me, I feel like pairing it with this might be really helpful. So we have the Ace of Swords here with the Unrelentless Support, which is cool. And Justice with Connect to the Universal Consciousness. That's cool. The Nine of Swords, the Nine of Blades, Unburden Yourself. That's cool. Yeah, they seem to be speaking really nicely together. The Magician, the Universal Mother. Interesting. The Horn of Plenty with the, where are we? The Six of Cups, or the Six of Elixirs. The Accepting My Multi-Dimensionality with Death. Oh my gosh, that almost looks like the transformational energy is happening right here in this card too. That's cool. Okay. Breaking Free for Control with the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Rods. That's really neat. I think these two are going to work really nicely together, and I think that they might, you know, it might help me to enjoy antique anatomy a little bit more. So we have the Lovers with the Blissfulness of Being. That's cool. Let's just do a couple more here. But I'm excited about this pairing. The Seven of Coins with Take a Higher Perspective. And last one, we have Become Fearless with the High Priestess. Very cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this pairing. Next deck on the list that I have had for a couple seasons and or a couple turns of the back to this season is the Metamuse Tarot. I don't see people often talk about this deck. I don't know that I've seen anyone else show it, but it is a fantastic collage deck. It has all the astrological associations on the cards. The collage is really really cool, I think. And it always feels like this time of year to me. And so I use a lot as kind of just an everyday reader around this dark half of the year. And I think I'd like to try pairing it with this oracle called the Human Spirit Oracle. And I really enjoy this this oracle. It is kind of archetypal in nature. It's just really cool. And I think these two will make a really nice pair pair together. So we have the Two of Wands here with the Master of Destiny. The Three of Wands with Too Many Hats. That's great. The Sun with Life of the Party. And this oracle works really well with reversals, which is why there's reversals in, and I'm not going to upright them. Five of Wands with Cry for the Moon. And the guidebook for this deck is really good. So if the key words are not really giving enough to go on, the guidebook will certainly let you know the direction. The Six of Wands with Ducks in a Row. That's cool. Seven of Wands with Manifest Your Miracle. Eight of Wands, not my circus, not my monkeys. Nine of Wands with blessing in disguise. Ten of Wands, baby, I'm a star. Princess of Wands with hit your target. Prince of Wands with face the music. Head in the clouds and the Queen of Wands. King of Wands, I'm golden. We'll just do a couple more. Ace of Pentacles, support system. Two of Pentacles, give it a whirl. Three of Pentacles, spill the tea. That's funny. Four of Pentacles, any way the wind blows. Yeah, it's really interesting, and it really has given really good readings for me, this oracle and this tarot. So this is the Metamuse Tarot and the Human Spirit Oracle. When that's the current vibe that I pull out this time of year is the Tarot de St. Croix. Also because of when I got this deck was again at Newt's 2022. 2022. And then after that, I kind of sold Krista at Crochet Witch Tarot this deck when we met up in Salem the same year, last year. So this deck is very much associated with this time of year and meeting Lisa de St. Croix and hanging out with Krista, showing her this deck. So yeah, so it just brings me to this time of year and like the good bits. Like it feels good. There's some good energy going on. This deck is fantastic. And really anything like in this art style, I'll say, oh, that reminds me of the Tarot de St. Croix. Fantastic deck. So, let's see what might be cool to pair with this one? Oh, I mean, I feel like this deck pairs with everything so well. Ooh, what might be cool is the Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle. It might be a cool pairing. This might be, you know, kind of a little bit more in the fall and might not stick with me the whole of the winter season, but it does feel a little wintry. So with the Four of Pentacles with nature, the Tower with infinity, Ace of Pentacles with, what is that? Magical, the Star with harmony. Yeah, this is kind of a cool pairing, I think. It doesn't not work. But like I said, there aren't many that don't pair with Tarot de St. Croix really well. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Interesting. That feels quite Christmassy to me. So I wonder, I'm curious because this is my first kind of season with this deck. I wonder if it will read a little bit too fall, a little bit too, you know, Halloween with the witches, or whether the witches will come with me into the winter. See, that feels quite wintry. But let's turn a few more of these. Falling asleep on the job. Let's try the Tarot de St. Croix with another oracle. I think I have more oracles left to show than tarot. So let's see. Let's try it with the Story Oracle, which is another one that I like to bring in. Not yeah, this might be a really cool pairing together, because it's got kind of that similar you know, primary color palette. Knight of Wands, Celebration. King of Swords, Choose Your Weapon. That's cool. Four of Swords, Clock is Ticking. I like this one a lot better. I think this works really well. Ace of Wands, Confusion. Hierophant, Death. Four of Wands, Desire. Yes, I really like this pairing together. Dream, the Hermit. Yeah. Two of Wands, Fear. Oh, that's cool. Queen of Pentacles, Flying High. Five of Pentacles, follow that car. That's funny. The Devil, Forgiveness. Interesting. Page of Swords, Fork in the Road. Ooh, it's kind of cool, this shape. He's like made with his chalk. And this shape we have with the fork of the road feels quite similar. Interesting. King of Cups, Fresh Start. Queen of Swords, Friendly Creature. Okay, a couple more. Fury with the Fool. And Nine of Wands, Great Depths. I really am enjoying these two together, for sure. So that is the Tarot de St. Croix and the Story Oracle. One on the list is a quite recent acquisition. I just got it this month, and it is the Circle of Doors Tarot. It's really cool. I especially like the keywords on the cards and the kind of the photographic collage. The quality of the deck is amazing as well. And I've really been enjoying this one. So this one is definitely moving into this round of decks for the next few months for sure. The guidebook is good as well. Actually really good. The guidebook is fantastic. And yeah, I'm really pleased with this one. I love the size of the cards is a little bit like oversized. Yeah, it's just really cool. So, what I think would be fun to pair it with is to try the Enchanted Map, because these cards have this black and white color palette, and let's see, let's go this way. The Enchanted Map has kind of this, I don't know, this kind of lighter color to it. I'm just feeling like aesthetically and message-wise, they might really go together fairly well. So we start with the Seven of Keys and Perseverance with the Dragon's Lair. Arrival with the Nine of Shells. And then Spark. Yeah, the figures look like, quite, like they're in the same kind of world, which is cool. Grief and a Magic Prayer. Five of Shells, Hunger, Encouragement. Yeah, I think these are cool together. Challenger, Stuck in the Mud. That's cool. Doorway and Balancing Act. Heroine and Field of Dreams. The Fool and Wishing Well. Yeah, I really like these two together, I think. I think these make a really interesting pairing. I think, I wonder if like here, let's go up if we can. I'm wondering if this is one more where we have this, this central, kind of, where are we? This central card in the middle, and then these are kind of sitting on either side. Might be cool. So like this, something like this, might be really neat. So we have movement, and then we have Believer, Sanctuary, and Harmony. Making a change with the Keeper, Peace, and the Devil. That's really interesting. I think this is how I would use it. Stormfield with the Priestess, Struggle, and the Lovers. Yeah, I think this is cool. Mountain with Hollow Victory, resurrection and connection. Neat. Like you could even do more, you know what I mean? I feel like this tarot isn't something that I feel like you can't use like a load of cards at a time. So I almost feel like, you know, you could really use quite a few cards, but then one of these, you know. Yeah, I feel like that's neat. Okay, next on the list, the Cute and Creepy Tarot. This one fits in the dark half of the year. I always wish that I used this more. This deck is amazing. I never know quite where to slot it in. And I don't feel like it's seasonally really found its home yet, but I'm putting it with this section of decks to use for this dark half of the year. I absolutely love this card. This year I also acquired the Cute and Creepy Oracle. So it'll be interesting to use these two together for sure. And I wonder if we can bring in another oracle to pair with these. What about the Craft Decadent Oracle? Because I want this tarot to be able to play with other friends. So let's try this one. So we've got the King of Pentacles with Ancestral Watch and Friendship. Okay, that kind of works. Ace of Wands with Undulating Confidence and Chaos. Oh, that's a cool pairing. I kind of like these together. I feel like this is working. Return of Misfortune with the Seven of Cups and Anchor. I mean, these two definitely, obviously, are like want to work together, but I don't know. Seven of Swords, Nonchalant Harvest, and Stand Up. Interesting. I don't know. I think it works. I feel like it kind of brings kind of a realism to this kind of like cartoony world. It's interesting. It's interesting for sure. Let's keep this oracle out and put away these two for now. And let's see if it will pair with another tarot. And actually I have one on the table here. Let me just put these two monsters back in there. I say monsters because they're together in my purple mushroom bag. Okay. So I wonder how the Craft Decadence Oracle might pair with another one I'm pulling out for this season, which is the Sasarai Beto. So Hallucinated Vision with the Seven of Cups, Exalted Mission, and I wonder if, what do we want to do here? Pull this over, this there we go. Let's see how that works. Okay, so we've got the Fool, the Exalted Mission, and the Six of Cups. Unrestrained Feast, Pleasure and Excess with the Six of Pentacles in the Tower. That's interesting. The Hierophant and the Three of Cups with Spirit's Leader. Proud Pathfinder, Guide and Protector. Interesting. The Sun with Solitary Journey. Oh, and Death. That's very interesting. Okay. I kind of like this pair. Eight of Wands with Melancholic Rise, Morning But Glowing, and the Four of Wands. Interesting stuff here. Visit the Interior, Find the Stone with the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. The Hermit and the Six of Swords with Passionate Abandon give up to intensity, unrestrained frenzy. Interesting. Really interesting stuff. Okay, couple more. So we have the World and Temperance with positive disintegration, happy ending cycle, joyful death. Interesting. Like, especially that joyful death with the World kind of being this ending and like beginning and having to be like that end of the cycle, which was really here. And then kind of that Temperance with that balance of like death, you know, being maybe seeing this like as a negative thing. And then we have the positive. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Last one. Knight of Pentacles and the Star with clairvoyance, ultra focused and crystal clear. Oh, that's cool. The way he's got his like hands like looking out or wiping his sweat. Seems like this really focused, clear energy. And then this is like quite spacey. Interesting. So cool. Okay. Yes. I'm excited to use these. I think these would make a pretty good pair together. So that is the Sasarai Bito Tarot and the Craft Decadence Oracle. Next on the list is the Cosmic Cycles Tarot. This has to me the like a bit of a fall vibe, that storytelling element that I'm looking for sure. In kind of with a modern lens, I suppose, modern everyday fairy tale. Each of these characters you get to know, they have a story. It's just a very interesting, cool deck that I feel like sits in this time of year for me, or at least we're going to try, because I got this year, so I didn't use it this time of year last year. And let's find an interesting pairing for this one. What about, I wonder if to bring it into kind of a more witchy realm, instead of the kind of like that every day, is maybe to try the Cheesy Oracle. And oh, that purple kind of goes really nice. And this is the Witch's Kitchen Oracle cards, which I like to pull out around this time of year. So let's have a look. So we have the Mint and Clarity with the High Priestess. Oh, I really like how these go together. 10 of Pentacles with Faithfulness and Cumin. 4 of Wands with Ambrosia and Honey. Aw. 2 of Swords with Bay Leaf and Abundance. Interesting. I feel like these make a kind of interesting pairing together. Yeah. Elderflower and Warding. I feel like these could definitely pair. No complaints for me aesthetically. And I think the messages are going quite well together too. Not, you know, something you'd think of immediately as a pair, but, you know, this background in this card actually feels quite, in a way, quite modern. That kind of matches this landscape going on in the Cosmic Cycles. Oh, Devil and Expulsion with Yarrow. 10 of Swords, Courage and Time. Nice. Last one. The Chariot, Garlic, and Repel. Interesting. Repel with the Chariot. Okay, so that is the Cosmic Cycles Tarot and the Witch's Kitchen Oracle. Next one on the list that seems to be matching the current vibe is the Tarot of Mystical Moments, which I think I shaved off the gilding on this one. And then I feel like I might have gone back in for a retrim or something. I don't know. But, yeah. So here we go. This is the trimmed Mystical Moments. In case you're wondering why it might look a little different than you've seen it before. This deck is beautiful. this deck, whenever I see people use this deck, I always wonder why I don't use it more often. So let's try the Happy Tails. Because I'd love to find a cute pairing. And I feel like these might go really well. The color palette seems to work out nicely. Let's put Happy Tails in the middle. And okay, see how this works. So we have the Three of Wands with Dedicated, Bold, Observant with the Wheel of Fortune. Animated, Deliberate, Plucky with the Eight of Pentacles and Strength. I like that. Dynamic, Smart, and Determined. 10 of Cups and the Knight of Wands. I feel like this is working really well. I like how it is, like, aesthetically looks. Let's just give them a little bit more space. Yeah. There's something about the colors that's making them both like feel really, I don't know, it's making the colors of the Happy Tails kind of making the colors on the Mystical Moments pop even more, I think. Just a couple more. Vibrant, Willful, Cunning with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Swords. Bright, Diligent, Spirited with the Devil and the Three of Pentacles. Really interesting. Okay, I do like this pairing. I think Happy Tails could work really well with that. So I'm going to put Happy Tails. Let's just turn this over so you're not staring at an upside down card. I'm going to put Happy Tails aside and let's have a look at the... I'm curious how this might work with, and I don't know if this is the Oracle Bodies or the Memento Mori, because I think I might have them mixed together, but I want to see how these might look together. I think that kind of works. Oh, I like that. I'm really enjoying that. Come in, guy, a little bit. Oh, yes. Okay. So we have the Ace of Wands, Crossroads, and the Tower. That's cool. The Magician, Lock, and the Five of Wands. Oh, these are pretty together. This is just making the Tarot Mystical Moments feel beautiful. It's making it feel more fancy. I feel like this pairing is making me like want to make a pot of tea and pour in an actual like china teacup and sip it as I'm doing my reading here. I really am enjoying this. Interesting. I don't know how well they're communicating. Let's see. The Sun, the Stars, and the Ten of Wands. I don't know. I feel like it's a question mark, but I definitely like the aesthetic that's going on here. Yeah, I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty to the eye. So that is and I don't know which, because I think I've got a mix here. So that's the Memento Mori or Oracle Bodies, depending on what card we've seen, and the Tarot of Mystical Moments. This one on the list is the Minute Tarot. This is a cute one. It feels like it fits in this kind of fall, wintry, realm for me. These are all mice. This is a Kickstarter. And it feels like, I don't know, there could be a spring vibe to me, but a lot of them are wearing, here, follow me down this path. A lot of them are wearing like coats or jackets. So it feels like it might be fall or winter because they're trying to keep warm. So I feel like for me, it kind of sits in that time of year. And what I want to try pairing with it is the Viator Somniorum, the this one. I don't know if I'm saying, I know I'm not saying that right. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say it out loud. So that's my reasoning for not. I think I'm going to do another one where we put the oracle in the middle just so we can really see, because I feel like these are going to be a really cute pair. Okay. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Sun with healing. Oh, I like that. Six of Swords and the Five of Pentacles with death. Interesting. Then we have death. Why do we have two deaths? Oh, this one was death. Okay, now we have death again. Death stuck, and the Six of Wands. Two of Cups, movement, and the Devil. Devil, way to take a nice scene here and turn out said the High Priestess and chasing with the Two of Swords. Interesting. The Hanged Man, the Lucid, and the Two of Wands. I like how they're looking together, right? Sorry, my piles are kind of a mess here, but I'm enjoying the color palette, and I could see how like a lot of the decks that I have chosen have like a little bit more of that kind of fall kind of warmth, darkness about them, and I can feel like when I get into the kind of more crispy, snowy months here in the Midwest, that I might be wanting to reach for something a little bit lighter. I love like the story element in this Mimic Tarot. And I really like how these are playing together. So this is the Mimic Tarot, and the this one link below. Viator Somniorum. How's that? Last one on the list is, and this one has, I feel like that kind of, I don't know, fall wintry vibe to me. This is the Hanson Roberts. I got this one on eBay. It's like the original. The cardstock is so thin, crazy thin. And the beat up box, which I absolutely love. But I think it has the year here. 1984. And I don't know, I really enjoy this deck. I put it back in order, and I got the full-size book to go along with it. So, or not the book of it, but what is the book called? It's I have right here, Tarot Unveiled, which the deck used in this is this deck. So I'm kind of excited to, I don't know, use those two together. And I think we've got a few, I do have more oracles that I didn't, just a couple more that I didn't show, but I think what might be quite a fun pair with this is the Secret Woods Oracle. So let's see how this works. We have Transform the Ugly into the Beautiful with Temperance. Cool. Herbalist, Connect with Plant Magic, and the Devil. Oh, I like how these are looking together. Yes. Oh, these are a great pair, I think. I think their styles really lend I don't remember what I was going to say. Lend what? Lend each other to matching? I don't know. Oh, Govern Your Soul with the Two of Cups. That's cool. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. This is a cool pairing. Okay. I'm going to try one more oracle with the Hanson Roberts. That is the Shadows of Light oracle. So we have Cycles with the King of Cups. Ace of Rods with Birthing. Oh, I'm really enjoying how this one looks too. I feel like the Hanson Roberts is really good at pairing with things, I think. Plus I just got lucky. Wow. And how, like, it's so cool how it kind of really turns the, like, the message of that's coming through in the tarot on its head a little bit with the message that's coming through in the oracle. Really changes its meaning or expands on it, right? Eight of Rods with Momentum, the flow. I think we've turned around now. Nine of Wands and Boundaries, Divine Design with the Ten of Rods. I really like this pairing together. I haven't used this oracle nearly as much as I feel like deserves, because I think it's really, really beautiful. So this would make a great pairing, I think, and I'm excited to use them together. So we have the Shadows of Light oracle with the Hanson Roberts tarot. And is there anything else that I desperately, desperately need to show or pair? There is one more. There is one more, which I think I've shown. I think I showed these in another video, maybe. Yeah, I think I showed it in another video. But I also would like to try and pair these Ibu cards with the Hanson Roberts too and see how they read. So we're going to have that one be the last one on the many, many decks that we've gotten through in this video. I think these will be a great pair too. So that's going to be the last one. And if you've gotten this far, you obviously, like me, love just seeing so many decks in as quick a time as possible. And these are the ones that I'm going to be working with over the next, few months, and I feel like the general theme is story, but you know, beyond that, it's just like a seasonal shift. Oh, I do have some before you go. There are some honorable mentions on the list here. And you could say, but Andy, you showed so many decks. How could you possibly have honorable mentions? But I do. Okay, so the honorable mentions that may or may not get worked with this season. The Animal Botanical. And the, you don't know what's in this bag, but I know. It's the Forest of Enchantment, the Enchanted Forest, and the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. The Mystical Palette Tarot. These are honorable mentions, as well as the Curious Cat Club playing cards. The Home Oracle, because we have the Journey Oracle. So the Home Oracle may well, I'm just going to pile everything on top. The Home Oracle. And then, yeah, to really be worked with, that I'd like to, I'm just going to slide her in here, is the Magical Botanical. So those are my honorable mentions. There may be more, but I've pretty much looked through everything and kind of thought about what I wanted to work with. And that's it. You've seen it all. That's going to be what I'm going to be working with the next few months. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being here, and see you again soon. Meanwhile, I'm just going to